Please give a warm welcome to producer Leticia Cristi and director, writer, actress Dolores Fonzi.
Good night. Hello.
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, please, for being here.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with you, Dolores. I was so impressed with the script and your direction. It starts as a story of a single woman, and then it progresses. You involve other women, and I was really impressed with the last shot at the celebration dinner, that all of a sudden it's a group of women all together. It's not just the story of one woman the way it started. Can you tell us about that progression in the script of adding other women?
It was very important to do this growing movement, the woman movement, grow during the movie. Because it was like this, you know, the real case was that Soledad worked with a group of women, militant women of the human rights in Tucumán, and suddenly this little group of militants start growing because of the worried about this Belén that was in jail, and suddenly all the country was involved, and I was in Buenos Aires, and through this woman that started in Tucumán moving the case to release her, I heard about the case like this is happening now. She's in prison like 2.5 years, and we need to move the theme, you know, to everybody know about it. So when I heard about it. It happened that in this award that I won like as a best actress for another movie, La Patota, Santiago Mitre's movie, I levanté un cartel.
You lifted a sign.
A sign that said "Freedom to Belén," because Belén, we are all Belén, and without freedom we are nothing. And Leticia was in the premiere in the award asking who is Belén, and then 2 years later or 3, the book of Ana Correa was released, that is Somos Belén. I went to the presentation of the book because I was in the chapter about the international press that put focus on the case in Tucumán because of the award. So I wasn't a director at that moment, but then she bought the rights of the book with the Cayese production company, and they started develop it. Yeah. So I'm very long.
No. But going back to, was it difficult, the script, to start the story solely about one woman, and then slowly bringing in all the community?
Yes, because it's a movie about the importance of that, you know, like the union of the forces. Like I wanted to show the case in one, like at the beginning you have this scene, this long scene that puts you in the universe of the movie.
Yeah.
That is this hard scene to see, and that you're willing, not that the movie, it's not gonna be like that all the time, you know. But I really wanted, like, by the script, like you enter to a universe, and then, okay, let's talk about all the characters. And Soledad by herself in this family, this town, with this little, this conventional life, how she started like trying to, ¿cómo es? Prender la llama.
Lighting the flame?
Yeah, lighting the flame, because she really believed that this injustice has to be
addressed.
Sí. So with that wish and that challenge, you know, in the script, we how to make her going in, ¿cómo decirte? Te lo digo en castellano.
Dilo en español y yo puedo traducir.
Perfecto. No, eso, como cómo ella construye ese movimiento, cómo empieza en ella el deseo de cambiar las cosas y termina contagiando a una comunidad.
First, it's important for her to start this movement, and then she engenders a contagion. She just makes everybody follow this movement. Leticia, you've been developing the story since 2019. Yes. Tell us why was it so important for you to tell the story? What was it about it?
In that time, as Dolores says, first I heard from her about Belén, 2016, Freedom for Belén in those awards. And then, in that time in Buenos Aires, we were in Argentina, we were fighting for the rights. We were all the time in the parks, protesting, trying this law to become, and finally it became effective in 2020. But during 2019, we got the book before it was published, and we read it, and immediately, with all the team at KNS, we decided to get the rights, because I thought that it was very important, this film, to be made. When I read the story, the book, I wanted to make the film in order to be an element more for this fight that we were taking before the law was effective. So then it took 1 year more, plus pandemia, etc., and then the law became effective. And I said, it makes sense to make this film, even though, yes, it makes sense. And it took us more time even to develop, etc. Then Dolores became a director. And when I saw her first film, Blondie, which I encourage everyone to see it because it's amazing. I'm not a producer, just a spectator of the film, an audience. When I saw the film, I said, Dolores, she's the one, because I know her a lot. I know that she's fighting for these rights for Belén. She's very compromised with the fight for the women in Argentina, with her body, with her voice, with her time. It's not an easy topic to deal with, but she's absolutely compromised about this. So I offered her to do the film. She accepted immediately, which it was. She says that it was a gift, and I says the same. It's a gift for me too. So we start desarrollando. She wrote the script with Laura Paredes. We worked a lot. We traveled to Tucumán. We were with Soledad many hours. We met everyone who was involved in the film. We met Belén, the real Belén as well. Yes, we were with her also in many occasions, talking and having a lot of conversations. So, well, I don't know if I answered what you asked.
No, of course you did. I want to ask you about the character of Soledad. We're used to seeing films about lawyers and trials. The majority of them are men. In this case, you show us Soledad, but you do something subversive in a really good way, that you show us her family life, and that she is a mother, and she's a lawyer, and you give enough time to her juggling her personal life as well as taking care of Belén. Can you tell us the importance of showing that personal life of Soledad?
I think that when it's not, well, it's a joke, but when you see a judge, a movie about judge, and the man is the leading role, you don't see the family life, because the man is not going to the supermarket, he's not going to school to pick up the kids, well, some. But you see, this of the 90s, these huge movies that I love, of judge and trial movies that I love, this gender of movies. But in this movie, I was very trying to put something personal. So it's a mix between Soledad Esa, the real one, that was for me every time I need her, like, Soledad, what do you think about religion? And Sunday morning, she was speaking,
the real Soledad.
The real one. So between her life and mine, we did this ironizing a little bit, like the religion theme, and I was very interested about how a person that is seen as a very Catholic person received this unjusted case, but talking about abortion in a way, but she realized that the good thing is to help her, of course. So she decided to put all her structure to help her and to find these people to help and know how to do it. But it was this thin line of a person that really wants the good for the other, and this Catholic way. I came from a very Catholic family, so it was very interesting to work with this situation of believing in God, because the adolescent girl
Correct. Yeah.
trying to discuss this este tema.
This subject, yes.
The subject, exactly. And how to laugh about ourselves, and our lives and multitasking lives, and how a lawyer that has a family and a conventional life in a way has to put her body at the service of a case that she really believes in. And how doing this she can change the life of someone and the reality of a society that happened.
What was so impressed watching your film is I totally understood feminism. The balancing a fulfilling career, and also she's taking care of her personal life, her kids. You show us taking the kids to school, participating in the raffle, and it's just such a powerful statement.
Yes, today we are talking a lot about the movie with everybody, and that's so nice because all the reflections that are coming back are new ones, are new for us. And the movie has this life beside us, ahead us, ¿cómo se dice? Beyond us, that is very interesting. And today there was this guy that he said, his wife said, I love him because he's feminist. And he said, I'm feminist, but the real thing is I'm a humanist. And it's very nice because feminism is very, it's easy to wake up some hate of some part of the society because there's a misunderstanding with the word. But I really take what you're saying because I believe in that. But the humanist thing, you don't have to be a militant, you don't have to be feminist, you don't have to be woman to see the movie. It's about an injustice that
Correct.
Everybody can change, anybody can from.
2 follow-up questions. You mentioned Blondie. In Blondie, your previous film, you do a similar thing where the main character, you show her family life and her involvement with her devotion to the family life.
I have I'm very passionate about maternity, and it's a subject that really takes my time in a literal way, and in the thought, well, that situation of a maternity and with whom, and if alone or not, or the kids, what to give to them, and the life that you have to, because of the statements of a society or whatever, are very interesting for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Leticia, she mentioned about the specificity of the story, but there is a universality that speaks to all of us. She mentioned the injustice. When you were developing the story, did you understand the fact that, yes, it's very specific to Argentina, it's very specific about abortion, but it speaks to all of us?
Yes, for sure, and it speaks directly to many other countries as well, not only Argentina, about the injustice, and also about the abortion and what happened with a poor woman going by herself to hospital and to be declared guilty in the same moment that she arrives, just because. In the English language, at least, you have 2 words. You have a miscarriage and abortion. In our language, we have only abortion. Then you have to indicate if it is a spontaneous abortion. But once you said abortion, that's a negative thing forever. So it doesn't matter if it was spontaneous, if you decided to or whatever. So it's a very hard word that we need to change la mirada que tenemos sobre alguien.
The perspective.
The perspective. And also, this is not what you asked, but this is something that we would like to tell regarding the film and regarding the reality of the case, that there were two lawyers, women lawyers, the one that is the public lawyer that first took the case. Also, she was educated in Tucumán, and she has the same capabilities than Soledad Esa, and with the same file, she sent her to prison, and also she was convinced that she did a great job because she only got 8 years instead of 25 or whatever. And then this other lawyer, also a woman from Tucumán, same age, etc., with the same file decides that she deserves a real trial, not the one that she had at the very beginning. And with the same file, she got her freedom. So for us, it's also very important. And in the case, as I said, there were two women, which is great for the story, because it's not a man and a woman and this binary thing about whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's very important for us to show this as well. And the movement and the strength when someone wants to realize that there's someone else. El otro existe. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to say that. El otro existe. The other one exists. There is someone else there. You have to just look at and to get involved and to decide to do something for that.
Correct. Yeah, you speak English very well. No, you don't need.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be translated. I want to congratulate you on the cinematic language. Your filmmaking is very elegant. The opening sequence is beautiful, and then the prison scenes. Tell us about how you arrived to the visuals. You know, the prison scenes are so. The only way I can describe them as elegant.
Thank you. I appreciate that because it was like in purpose in a way. It was a very little jail, a prison, very little. Like there were like 28 women in locked. So it was little. It was like a little school, you know. So and in Latin America, I don't know if you could see some stories about prison, but they are like, you know, like carnivals, parties, you know, like with music and a lot of people like crowded, and this picture, this imaginary party of the being locked in Latin America that I really know that I really knew that I didn't want to show in that way. I wanted to make locked up as a dead moment to her, and the time passed, mm-hmm. like you're going to die, you know, like very like the camera without making any accent, no, like no pushing, you know, no, like very like being witness of this slow death of her, and in the opposite, like the woman movement, colorful, vital, with a camera that moves and it's vital, you know. Correct. And with humor and the real life and the family and the all the things that happen in a life, you know, like she had to take care of the case, but at the same time has to cook the pizzas because the school, you know, everything in a real way. So for me it was very an aesthetic decision to make it very, very difficult opposite, you know, like the locked up, ¿está bien?
Yeah, locked up, yeah.
Yeah, the locked up and the life that was right. outside.
It was a contrast.
Yes, like Agnès Varda, you know, one sings and not the other. Did you see that?
Yes, of course.
One of my favorites. So that is the reference for the outside. And for the inside, I saw this TV show, Ripley, that yes. I didn't like it, like the TV
With
show, but
Andrew
yes,
Scott.
It's so well shot,
yeah.
Amazing. So this, you know, this silence, this emptiness. Mm-hmm. Emptiness, no.
Sí. Yeah, emptiness, yes.
Perfecto.
Yeah. You gotta trust yourself.
Yeah, okay,
You're actually really
no,
good.
We were talking a lot of, we are thinking already in English, you know, so we are talking like, how would you think? Well, stupid. Let's No. So yeah, it was this very work situation of the aesthetic, inside, outside, the movement, and the locked
No,
up.
it's very clear. And can you expand on the idea of the, the blood in the shower,
Yeah.
this visual that recurs? Is that something that Belén told you?
No, but I really wanted like this symmetric point of the movie that in the beginning you are with her in her nightmare of being locked up, and then in the peak of the movie with the TV show when Soledad started to feel a lot of pressure about take her out, and then when the other part of the movie, like her pressure to take her out, it's a nightmare for her. So like the symmetric between the two characters, like, Belén and then Soledad feeling the same way about all the case and the pressure and everything. And then you have the scene where I have the
Kabbalah,
yeah, I have
bracelet.
it. So in that scene when she tries to, like, you can do it, like, trust yourself. I know you can do it. I know since I saw you in the TV, I knew that you were gonna take me out. That scene is like, okay, they are in the same line, of we are gonna do it together. And for me, that was that, like the blood and all the remembers. I have my friends that got abortions, I didn't, but one of them told me that all the blood thing, it's so much like what your nightmares are if you do it, or the day after, like the body talking, so the blood is like that symbol in a way, like the body, yeah.
And tell me about the eye at the end when Belén actually is seeing people supporting her in the manifestations, but we see it only in the pupil. It's a stunning shot.
Yes, it's a very nice shot. I like it too much, and I knew this take was gonna exist from the beginning, from the script. I don't know. It was an idea, and it fue buena. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah, and playing, because we did a camera test with all the crew, like with the mask and everything, and I said, if we can't do it, I have the camera test, I will use it. So I will use it, and we put it, like in the. Was like an aesthetic idea of how in her, finally to herself, she realized what is going on, because she didn't trust that this was going to happen. And since the moment of the, I know you're going to take me out, but in that moment it's all for her, all for Belén. Like all that people is for her, so we can see it only in her eye.
That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah. Thank you.
Leticia, Sophia, they're not clapping for you. Leticia, when I introduced the film, I explained Tucumán, that is a very conservative region in Argentina. Can you tell us about the importance of the story taking place in Tucumán?
Yes, it's a very small province in the north of Argentina, as you said, very conservative, but also they have a great resistance there. There are many artists. Mercedes Sosa, the one who ends the film with that song, she passed away. Yes, she was an incredible performer, singer, fighter for rights. So in Tucumán you have both. You have like a very conservative society, but also you have this kind of movements and resistance. And Soledad, for example, and all the people who joined, and all the women who joined, they were, many of them finally in the square claiming for the freedom of Belén. So it's kind of, for example, there is full of police everywhere in the hospital when we went. we were amazing. We were like shocked, understanding that they were like in every corner, full of police everywhere. It's like a very conservative place, but also, as a contrast, there is a lot of resistance and there is a lot of love and people wanting to have another province for themselves as well.
And most of the actors you cast from that area?
Yes. Yes, most of them. We have like 20 or more of the roles from Tucumán. And it was amazing when we were there. Me as a producer, I was very concerned going there because we shot first in Buenos Aires for 6 weeks and then we went to Tucumán.
Interiors.
Yes, and then we went to Tucumán to shoot all the exteriors, the square, the Palacio de Justicia, the palace, the Justice Palace, etc. And I was very concerned because we were there with 600 extras in the same square where they were protesting for this. And I wanted to end the shooting and I wanted to, okay, we made it. But they really welcome us. It was amazing. We thought that it would be much more difficult, but they came. And when we asked for extras to be participating, they were much more than what we needed. And they came, and it was amazing because I'm used to work with extras, and these people were real people who were protesting, real women who were protesting, and they told us, this is exactly the way we do it. Thank you for coming, thank you for doing this film. So they were, yeah. And they told us also, the first day we were rehearsing and we were like planteando the day, we were like, planning and rehearsing, etc. And some of them came and they said, we were not in that mood. We were really mad. We were requesting for freedom. We weren't marching like maybe as we did in Buenos Aires, that it was part of a joy also and full of color. And they said, we were really mad. So, well, Dolores also portrayed that part. When they were claiming for. So we feel that support and we feel also the decision that many people in Tucumán took regarding their life and what they want for them.
Yes. No, it's all right. Dolores, handling, you wrote the script, you produced, you direct, and you act in it. How was it for you wearing so many hats?
The producer is her, and that's why, because I have a lot of freedom to do. He was very he gave me like a vote of trust, very huge.
Me.
Eh? You are a he also. Don't worry, we are them. So no, she gave me a very vote of trust, and I really felt the responsibility of being myself with my ideas. But that is a very interesting exercise of, okay, she really trusts me, so what do I want, you know? Because that was the important thing, and I was very like. I have all the tools to play, and I have a great crew to support in. I was supported by. I have a great producer that we work in the same level of love with people and with the communication, and we really understood. We do it great together. It was a gift also, you know. She was there every day like a soldier, all day long. I felt the supportive experience. It was amazing. So for me, it was a lot, but it wasn't difficult, you know. I enjoy all the parts of the process, like the script. I have a team. Then in the pre-production, we were a lot. Then in the shooting, a lot, and then in the editing we were 2, and I like it. I enjoy every part of the process.
We cry a lot also in the shooting.
You cry.
Yeah.
You too.
I have a picture of you. I will show it
Yeah,
to
well,
everyone.
in the first scene, you
in
know.
the first scene, it was impossible for us to continue
No, yeah.
You mean
shooting.
the one in the hospital?
Yes.
When she was claiming for her mom.
It was very
the whole
charged,
team,
the moment.
We were all crying, and Belén, Camila, she was saying, I'm okay.
Do you want a
another
cigarette?
one?
Because she's a smoker. So she was like a lot of hours there, you know, like in this position and said, do you want a cigarette? Yeah. So a cigarette. And then I go and say, okay, Cami, you know, in that moment when you say, mom, and there's some pictures of us that Camila is smoking, laughing, and we are like,
We are crying. All the team is
directing
crying.
by the drama of
Yeah.
the...
Also, when she got the call, the full
Yeah.
crew, everyone was in tears, and she was, do you want another one? We want to go home.
I'm
He was alone.
I'm glad you brought up the opening sequence. I was going to ask you earlier. Tell me about the choices that you made. It feels like a horror movie. It's like, you know.
That was I was scared about that. I was scared that, you know, if you see that first shot, you will think, oh my God, I will leave the cinema right now because...
And lead with this film.
This movie will
yeah.
be...
Well, it pulls you in.
I think that-
it's very, you know, if it's dark, it is like a horror movie.
We
but
have to be
Yeah.
there with her. We have to understand what she felt that night, everything that happened to her. So yes, it was very important. It was very risky as well to start the film
we
like
tried
that.
to make a long shot without cuts
It is
at
a
all.
long shot, yeah.
You can feel that, but we had to cut in some moments to make it, you know, better. But yes, was like, okay, how to tell, you know, everything what happened in that night without judgment, without like trying to show it. And it's this way, you know, you have this long take, sequence take, that takes I don't know how many minutes, but then you are in the movie, you know, like 2 years.
Why did you have to have the long take? I would love to hear your...
I really like long takes at the beginning of the movies. In Blondie, that is like 4 times cheaper than this movie. I couldn't do what I started in the bed, if you remember, started in the bed and you go around till the balcony and you see her going down all in a one take. So for me, like when I did Blondie, someone told me, you have to do plano, contraplano, and plano medio. How do you say?
the medium, I mean, yeah, reverse shot and a front shot.
Front shot,
Reverse shot, yeah.
and medium.
And
I said,
yeah, medium,
if I have to do that, I will not do it. You know, it's boring. So I tried in the first movie to play with the camera. I watch a lot of movies. I really like cinema. I have and I really try to have, you know, like resources to play with the light and with the camera and with everything. So in Blondie, I tried. I did it as much as I could, and in this one, we have like much more moments of, you know, these shots, long ones, and I really like.
It draws you in. We're complicit.
Yes, so it's a way of maybe the beginning of Blondie, salvando las distancias, digamos, ¿no? Las diferencias between one and another movie, but this long shot that you are in the movie and then it's a door or a window where you slip in and you're inside the universe right there.
Yeah, it's very voyeuristic.
Yeah.
Leticia, has Belén seen the film, and what was her reaction to seeing her story?
She came to see the film like 2 weeks before we released in Argentina. She never came to the shooting. She says that she would like to, but finally we all decided that it was not a good idea for her to come. And we said, now we are in the hospital, please don't come. Now we are in the prison, please don't come. Now we're, you know, so finally, when we got the film ready with final mix, color corrected, etc., she came to our place. We have a very small auditorium, but a good one. And she came by herself. She came with Ana Correa, who is the writer of the book. And it was Dolores. Unfortunately, she was in Chile, but I received Belén, and we were with her, and it was very difficult. Before she came into the screening room, I told her, Belén, the film starts like this. You will have like 8 minutes of your night in the hospital. It's very traumatic. It's very difficult. If you want, we can skip that part and we can start 2 years after with Soledad Essa, knowing about the case. No, it's okay. I want to see it. Okay, we can stop whenever you want. If you want, we don't need to see the film. It's up to you, whatever you want. And finally, she got the decision to go into the screening room. She saw 40 minutes, and then she need to came out for a bit in her birthday party, when all the family is getting there to visit her at prison, that they are taking the cake, etc. At that moment, she came out and she says, I need a moment, and it was like an hour, more or less. And finally, she decided also to go and to finish the film. I didn't know what to do, and I was, Belén, it's up to you. Ana Correa says, you have to go there, you have to finish, because now the film is amazing, and it's epic, and it's full of love, and you need to finish. But I didn't feel that I was capable to do that, because I don't want to touch anything. I didn't know what to do. But finally, she saw the film completely, and she says, Belén vive en mí para siempre. Belén lives in me forever, but I'm closing a wound. Closing a wound. Yes, I'm closing a wound today. She cried a lot, but she was really happy.
And in the avant premiere, that it was
2 weeks after,
we went out and we were with the family, friends, and everybody. The meet.
600 people.
There. And I went out and I saw her, and she was there with her sister and friends, and I was like, and she said, "Shh, quiet." And I said, "Yeah, no, yeah." And she was like,
she was
happy, you
yes.
know. She was. She could experience this movie that is hers to her, dedicated to her, with a lot of people that were like clapping and shouting and everything, and it was very nice.
That's great. Well, congratulations, thank you so much for being here. Yeah,
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming.
Gracias.